वेलकम टू वी लर्न। वी लर्न में आपका स्वागत है। The topic we are discovering is investment centers, session 7, under the subject management control system. Topics covered are introduction, investment base, measuring investment center performance, measuring the investment base, problems of financial control of investment center. Investment centers जो होते हैं, it is basically that kind of responsibility center जहाँ पे इनपुट्स को मेजर किया जाता है कॉस्ट और एक्सपेंसेस इनकर्ड से, और आउटपुट को मेजर किया जाता है रेवेन्यूज दैट आर जनरेटेड. In such a case in which the assets are employed by the company, they are also measured. Basically जो investment centers की responsibility होती है, they are concerned with the assets under its disposable. Also they are required to take into consideration the profits. So there are certain questions which involves related to as to what the assets and liabilities they should be included for determining the investment base of the investment center. किसी भी एसेट में इन्वेस्टमेंट की जो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, it basically implies the authority to buy, sell and use the asset. So there are decisions which are related to the identification कि क्या assets या liability होनी चाहिए. They are helpful for the investment base of the investment centers. जितने भी divisional managers होते हैं, they have to be motivated to act in a manner that suits the best interest of both the organization and their group, and how best that their decision they should be in support of the interest of the organization. So here a divisional manager, he is supposed to act like the top management for his division in this particular respect. Now the top management, when they are talking about the investment based and the investment centers, they should be quite careful in evaluating the performance of the divisional manager, because ultimately the divisional base is using the assets of the company, and it also helps in determining the liability likewise. Now there are certain measuring investment centers performances. There are two popular methods. First is called return on investment, that is ROI, and second is residual income, RI. So when we talk about return on investment, ये एक बहुत पॉपुलर और आसान मेथड है किसी भी इन्वेस्टमेंट सेंटर की परफॉर्मेंस को मेजर करने के लिए. Here a relationship is established between the return on profit and the investment which is being made. Return on investment को अगर हम define करें तो it is basically a profit which is before interest and tax over the net operating investments. So your net operating investment, they may be in terms of written down value or the gross value of the fixed asset. Now the net value of the asset, they depend very much on the depreciation method which is used. So it is very, very essential to use the average value of the fixed asset during the usual useful time. Now we can elaborate with the help of an example for calculation of the return of investment. Now here is an example where the piece of equipment is costing rupees 1 lakh. The equipment, it has a life of 5 years and there is no salvage value. Equipment जो है, it can generate a cash return of rupees 50,000 per annum and the equipment is depreciated on a straight line basis. The company, it has an expectation of minimum rate of return of 25% on investment. In such a case, जहाँ पे net book value beginning of the year है 100, beginning of the second year is 80,000, third year is 60,000, fourth is 40 and fifth is 20. यहाँ पे जो cash returns expected हैं at every year is 50,000. उसमें से अगर हम depreciation को less कर दें, which is 20 in each year, तो हमारे पास जो value before tax की आती है वो 30 की आती है. Now the return on investment, which is calculated as a percentage for the respective first, second, third and fourth year is 30, 37.5, 50 and 75. Now return on investment, it is using gross block value of the asset, which will be 30% for all the 5 years. क्योंकि profit before tax जो हर केस में वो सेम है हर साल के लिए. Now comes residual income. जब residual income होती है, it is an alternative measure for measuring the financial performance किसी भी individual center की. It is basically an amount which remains after reducing an implied interest which is charged from the operating income. We can also explain it in a different manner. Residual income is basically a difference between the actual operating income of a division and the required or expected income. So, जो आज करंट ऑपरेटिंग इनकम है उसमें और जितना एक्सपेक्ट कर रही है डिवीजन उसमें जो भी डिफरेंस होगा वो रेसिडुअल इनकम बन जाता है. Here the expected rate on investment is the capital charged. अगर हम इसको symbolically explain करें तो segment residual income is equated with segmented profit contribution less segment expected return on investment multiplied by segment resources. Now it could be also be explained with the help of example where net book value for a company at the beginning of each 5 years was 100, 80, 60, 40 and 20,000. Profit for each 5 year was 30,000. In that case, when a 25% capital charge is deducted for the first year it was 25, for the second year it was 20, for the third year it was 15, for the fourth 10 and for the fifth is 5. Then the investment base in terms of residual income for the 5 years were 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 and 25,000 for respective each years. Now there are other performance measures. तो return on investment और residual incomes बहुत popular methods हैं for performing the measurement of investment centers. However, there are certain other methods also which could be used. They are growth in the market share or there is a sales growth. When we talk about sales growth, it is referring to the actual which is achieved vis-a-vis the plan or the budgeted performances. Or we can talk about the profit growth as a measure of performing. Then comes measuring the investment base. For the performance evaluation of a division, it has been seen that return on investment and residual income and few other criterias. But जो return और investment base cannot be defined without any ambiguity. जितने भी concept हैं of returns as well as investment basis के. For measuring any investment base, there are two methods which are commonly used. Under one method, what happens? A total of assets is taken care of, and in the other, total of assets minus current liabilities is taken care of. Measuring the investment base, when we further discuss it, so cash in an organization, it can be controlled either centrally or independently by the each divisional head or the division which is concerning. Now, in most of the companies, what happened, it is basically controlled by the center, that is the top management, so that there is no idle cash which is left within the company. So, as a result of this, the divisions, they normally keep a very small stock of cash with them. When talking about receivables, they can be taken at the net values, जैसे कि receivables minus whether there are provisions for bad and doubtful debts or not. So a net value of receivable is taken care of. Now there are amount of inventories and there are methods of valuations which pose a very serious problems, and while they are included in the investment base. तो एक बहुत common practice है कि एक ऐसा which is used by most of the division कि एक carrying cost पे उनको देखा जाए. So it is very necessary for carrying on the smooth operations of the divisions concerned. When we talk about valuation of fixed assets, किसी भी investment base को measure करने के लिए fixed assets की valuation एक बहुत बड़ा difficult काम होता है. When we talk about residual income, the picture is not so different also. Here also, to measure the divisional profits and the use of net book value of the assets as an investment base. तो अगर एक residual income, it has increased over the 5 years of life, the asset from 5,000 in the first year to rupees 50,000 in the 5th year. There are certain problems of financial control of investment centers. Now when we talk about these problems, there are problems of computation of investment base. There are also problems in determining financial control parameters जितनी भी divisionalized companies हैं इनमें. तो there are two important parameters of financial control जब भी हम divisionalized company की बात करें. पहला होता है congruity of objectives. So congruity of objectives की बात करें, how well the division's objective, individual objective and the organizational objective, वो कितने close congruation में है, ये उसको describe करता है. Second जो parameter है वो है कि what is the ability of the top management to evaluate the performance of managers. So to a very great extent, if the top management is an able instrument to measure the performance, then the desired accurate results are obtainable. But if the top management is not so able, जो performance evaluation होती है managers की, वो एक ambiguous situations में आती है. वही बात करें कि congruity of objectives का मतलब हुआ कि divisional managers की whether they would take a similar decisions which the top management would take in a given situation. तो उनके objectives कितने similar lines पे चल रहे हैं वो first parameter define करता है. वहीं हम second parameter की बात करते हैं. अगर top manager, it is very necessary that they evaluate the performance of the divisional manager keeping in mind the objective of the organization. जो उनके परफॉर्मेंस इवैल्यूएशन मेथड्स हैं या टेक्निक हैं वो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के क्या ऑब्जेक्टिव हैं उनको कंसिडर करने पर ही होने चाहिए। सेकंड है कि इट इज ऑल्सो प्रिज्यूम कि अगर परफॉर्मेंस एक डिवीजन की सेटिस्फैक्ट्री है तो कंपनी की ओवरऑल परफॉर्मेंस इज ऑल्सो गोइंग टू बी सेटिस्फैक्ट्री। There are also other issues which are involved in the valuation of fixed assets with regard to the effective financial control of investment center. पहला जो फैक्टर है कि कोई भी फाइनेंशियल कंट्रोल को इम्पोज करने से पहले इट इज़ वेरी एसेंशियल टू कीप इन माइंड कि जितने भी इन्वेस्टमेंट हैं वो दे शुड नॉट इंक्लूड the things which are not under the control of the division manager. जितने भी controllable factors हैं they are only to be considered while doing any kind of investment. Anything which is beyond the divisional manager's control, it should not be included. Secondly, such controls they should try to eliminate the possibility of fluctuations in the investment which are caused but by the divisional manager's action. कि जितने भी fluctuations जो divisional managers की actions के कारण investment में fluctuations आ रहे हैं उसको eliminate कर सके। Furthermore, these financial controls they should not be undertaken in such a manner that they demotivate the managers of the division concerned. कोई भी financial control measures ऐसे नहीं होने चाहिए जिससे in the division concerned कोई demotivating factors आए. There are two exercises. First, discuss the problem of measurement of investment base. What are the special problems which are faced with respect to different elements of the investment base? Second, compare return on investment and residual income as the basis of evaluation of investment center performance, and which of these measure will you prefer and why? Thank you and have a nice day. Keep learning and relearning.